Okay. Hello, everybody. What's up? That's good. I love the energy and the people. Thank you for being here. If anyone in the back would like to join, we're just going to kind of begin and talk a little bit about one word. That's freedom. We want to know your thoughts, and maybe we can share our thoughts on what freedom means to us. And in this moment, we have each found a place to share from the heart, to connect to each of you just a little bit of this experience we live in this life. And yeah, so I just want to introduce myself and the team of people here today. I am Shawn Kria. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for being here. I've been in Mazunte 1 year now. Left my old life, and I am deciding, I get a dog and I decide to be here. That's basically it. I feel the energy of Mazunte. I feel the power of the people. I feel that everyone is connected. Everyone is in touch with their heart. And everyone is here for some reason. There's an alignment, there's a synchronicity, and you're here. And if you're here, you're going somewhere. For sure. In your mind or in your consciousness, after your death and before your birth, you're feeling connected, and I thank you for being here. Gracias. So just to introduce quickly who we are, each person will have a moment to share what they believe or think is freedom. What is freedom mean to them? And they will introduce themselves. So for now, I'm going to go around and say who we are. Marie. Hi, Marie. Thank you for being here. She's graciously hosted us in this event and putting all this together over the last 2 days. And yeah, big thanks to you for holding space and allowing this moment to take place. Thank you. Yes, and next is Cristian. Cristian, thank you so much. This is his space, if anyone doesn't know. He's been here for 15 years, and he knows from a long time ago this is always going to be the place for him. And what he's done so far in the last year and time, offered his space time and time again, creating high vibrations, high energy, high frequencies, hosting many ecstatic dances, also thanks to Piña. And yes, thank you so much for giving us your home. And I would love to hear why you are here when that time comes. Piña, next online. Thank you, Piña, for being here. I'm sure some of you already know who Piña is. He has done many ecstatic dances over the last year. And so glad to have been here in January where it started, and to see the development and where it's become all the way to the point of your last event, La Presencia. Wow, festival for 7-10 days, yeah. Beautiful. We'd love to know a little bit more also about what got you to this point to create this festival. So thank you, Piña. Next is Inaiya. Annayia has been with us for a long time, serving the community, spiritually connecting, consciously unlocking what's within, doing the work. She's been guiding humans and spirits, and it's been a blessing to just know you for this long. And when she will speak, you will hear what we are connecting with, for her to expand and unlock what's within. So thank you. I hope to hear your story and what brought you here today in Mazunte. And really thank you for being here, Annayia. Yes. Yes, and thank you, Nicolas, for joining this talk today. He is a visionary painter and transformative dancer. Yeah, so he's very creative, and maybe he can share with us a little bit about why and how he's come to this point to connect and to maybe inspire what's important about being creative. So I'd love to hear that and your story on how you approach this, along with what it means to be free. Thank you. Yes, and Roberto, man of the cacao, man of the last 2 hours. Thank you for everything you have said for us today so far. It's been amazing to listen to you, and I just want to hear more, just more of what you have to say and your life here, his perspective from the Toltec traditions, and being in Mexico, and your perspective is valuable because we're all here traveling, coming to Mexico, being in another place, but it's partly your home, and you have a perspective that comes from inside that will inspire us, I believe, and I already feel inspired. So I look forward to hearing your perspective from this way and what it means to be free. So thank you, Roberto. Okay, this is everyone. Short little introduction from me, and they're gonna go into it. Just go right into it right now, and here the question, right? We want to understand why are we here, in a sense, why we are present in this moment, what it means to be free, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So Marie, please, I'm gonna pass you the microphone, and you can just tell us who you are and what freedom means to you. Okay, thank you.
Freedom is breathing. Whenever our mind gets busy or things are tough, you just breathe, and then freedom is the nothingness. I am always looking for balance and happiness and finding the place where I feel most comfortable and rebalancing myself into a well-being and freedom, the freedom of choice. I can choose how I want to feel, where I want to be, and I'm that privileged to be able to travel around the world, and I'm very grateful for that. My name is Mche Ti. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, festival organizer, and been running many concerts internationally. Music for me is everything. I love to use my voice and inspire people. It was always like that. When I make music, I'm my full potential in my middle. And I'm from Berlin, from Germany, and I've been living for 11 years. I've been living in Spain, and now I was in Guatemala last year, and now I'm here in Mexico. And the whole Freedom Festival idea started in San Marcos in Guatemala, and some friends from San Marcos are here, which is beautiful. And so that's the third of its kind, and this is definitely the best so far. And really, I'm walking around here, and I'm wow, really makes me very happy to be here right now. Freedom for me means community. Freedom for me means to be myself without thinking about me. I just would like to say a manifesto about freedom, because that pretty much explains everything what freedom means to me. This is my manifesto of freedom. I want to break free, escape from my ego, like I didn't even exist. Give myself like I've never been hurt before. Open up my heart and sing it out loud for you, to make you feel something, to inspire you. I've been hurt, I'm only human. This is a gathering of our time, 2022. Let it make a difference. may it inspire you to demand change for the better. Every day, small steps, acceptance, fulfillment, dedication. March, sister, march. March, brother, march. We're one and the same. Go out there and live love like you've never been hurt before. Open up your heart and take what's yours. You have the right to freedom. Embrace it now. It's all we've ever got. Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to be with you. Thanks to be here. My name is Cristian. I'm taking care of this place from a few years, as he says. Yeah, many years. Yeah, now it comes to my mind in my search of freedom. Yeah, I went out and looked for freedom very young. I grown up in Italy, and somehow in my journey, I end up in Mexico. Find like a opening to freedom through nature, through the content of the elements, to the archaic knowledge of this country. Lots of culture, very connected with the elements, and I found nature like a really good key for me to see a little bit more like reality without filters, no? Observing nature in its cycle many times shows you transformation. It makes you free from lots of filters and lots of structure, you know, that society puts you inside. And I always said this feeling, you know, of establishing a place after long journeys and to create a freedom, like in a very practical way, at least to create a place where I could freely express me and the people that likes to be around me. So somehow I lost a kind of freedom and I compromise in another things that teach me other perspective, no? The other way of seeing things, no? And I found that I feel that nature open me up and also make me free from interpretation, make me free of see that we are all one energy, you know, and we are trying in this journey to unite this puzzle and to find this freedom inside through happiness and lightness. And freedom is a complicated topic. It's not so easy. I didn't prepare myself. I should, let's see, I feel free of not preparing myself. And, yeah. Yeah. But feel free. And I do feel very free myself now, also of not being preparing for I've been saying very beautiful and nice things. But I love you all, and it's nice to share this timing. Be careful with freedom because you know, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's complicated. You know, for some people, it's a very different reality for each one of you. You know, so just try not to call too much attention with your freedom, like in places that maybe they're not the best to call attention. How to say in English, to pasar desapercibido, you know, like passing a place without calling too much attention. Sometimes it gives more impact, you know, like, and openness, you know, like, so people get curious slowly, you know, and see, okay, maybe they have something cool to share. But I'm more thinking about the local people, the local reality now, that it changed a lot during the year, but time is compressing, you know, things are going faster and faster and faster, you know, and it was a big change, you know, like in the last 2 years, like the population doubles here, many people comes searching for freedom. You get in a very free place. We're very lucky to be here because it is very free, and so it's an interesting time, and it's good to think about what is freedom, no? Thank you very much. Thank you to be here. Thank you to share these nice moments. I hope.
Freedom. I think freedom is this availability and our awareness to take a moment. As soon as I take a moment, I feel more free for my next step, or for my direction. It feels like everything stopped. What I was depending on, or what I was related to. I think the moment I take and stop, I break free all chains, or all ropes, or all relativity, and I open up this freedom to be. I am Piña, Venus, Ram, Baran, Krishna, Radha, and so many more. As soon as I realized I have freedom to be whoever or whatever I can imagine, or I cannot imagine. Since then I became many more, and I really enjoy it. Sometimes I question if this is taking me away from who I am. And as more as I drop into all of that different fractals and expressions of my being, somehow I find closer. And when I find closer myself to that center of gravity, center of universe, center of my being, which I perceive same exact point and moment, in that moment I feel very free. I feel beyond of everything was preventing me to feel free, not to be, but to feel. Because I realized like freedom is something like this carrot connected to my head. I'm gonna go find my freedom, I'm gonna break through, I'm gonna leave all this behind. And I realized there are always things to leave behind, and there are always things to go after. Of course, es camino, is the journey. And if I put that as a name or as a concept of freedom, and I keep chasing which is not belong to me, which cannot belong to me. Because when we say freedom, it's somehow beyond that belonging, ownership, like being free of everything. So I realized it's not somewhere else. I realized it's right here. When I look back in my journal, there's a lot about freedom there. And I remember this note from, I think the date was 18th of March 2017, train from Jaipur to Delhi. And it's written, wow, I feel so free that I have never felt like this. Wow, I'm there. And I rolled the pages. And in Taupo Lake in the New Zealand, how come I am with my journal in the middle of lake in a kayak? It's written even bold. Freedom! Oh, wow, I'm so free. I've never been this free. And it goes from there to California. It's like I'm in the forest. And there's nothing pulls my attention. Nothing. Neither from inside nor from outside. Everything is in pure stillness. I can look and see beyond and far. Which, if I would picture, then I would call it freedom. Because in that moment I'm free of everything. And I didn't journal this. I was so free. I was so free of words or any expression or having the urge to record it. It's here. Right now it's here. So, each moment, each day passed, I come closer or further, I don't know, of this freedom. I know it evolved. And I realized what is evolving, not just the concept of freedom, all other concepts are evolving. I would speak just like what I told, and it could be about love, and it would make sense. And I would talk all about death, would say exactly the same. That change for me concept, and then it was there, I never reached. It could make sense. So actually, this is for me is being free. Everything becomes so one. Everything can make sense. Everything can be put together. Everything can be there. And all of us can be there. No one is out of this. And no, any part of me is out of this. And more I embrace that everything is around me, in me, somewhere here or there, I could be more attached, but I choose to be more free by connecting. And of course, yeah, that goes and everything changes and evolves, me evolves. Things evolving, my relationship to everything evolves. And then more at like a window, a sunshine is even more lighter. Then there's right there, it's like a slow transition, slow fading. But there was one day, like that those big days like shifted. In that moment, how my concept of freedom was affected from this, I can say the sense of freedom evolved liberation. And I would say then I realized this is the path of light, this is the path of spirit. In this land they call Camino Rojo, is the path we are all in. So for me, freedom became, rather than I want to go for my freedom like a teenager excitement, it became my grounding actually. Before it was opposite. My freedom was like, I'm gonna do everything, I'm gonna experience everything, I'm gonna take all those drugs, I'm gonna smoke everything, give it to me, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna taste, I'm gonna look, I'm gonna find. From there, it start to come to grounding. More I feel the sense of freedom, more I am here and now. So that freedom shifted to liberation. And I think somehow, consciously or unconsciously, this is our drive. What pushes us out of home? What pushes us out of our parents? What pushes us from the belly is liberation. What is death is liberation. So once freedom evolved to liberation, that excitement, that drive, that high amount of energy, of pull, became a direction, became a guidance, became a lover, is the liberation. Keep holding me, keep giving me answers that even I'm not looking for, and sometimes I'm not ready for. Hey, this is the freedom. If I think I have right or opportunity to choose what I'm ready for, maybe we're a little bit somewhere else than freedom. Freedom is to be loaded, to be received what I don't choose. Speaking of La Presencia Festival, there were so many moments, so heavy, so hard. And if I would ask or give the same talk in that moment about freedom, I would feel the contradiction. Am I free right now not to do this? Probably not. I was so dependent on so many people or the project or commitment. But have I ever felt to drop it or to leave it? No. So my sense of freedom was not broken. My sense of liberation was not broken. Because there was this non-doubt state. Because I was already free to step into that. So freedom every other day became something else and became a very good friend that resides in me and guides me to choose, not to choose. To welcome, to embrace whatever is coming up, because it's coming from that source of light where I'm going to. So every situation I'm facing, it is pulling me in where I'm going to. Once I realized I am going for my liberation, then everything became that part of liberation. So every moment and every moment became act of freedom. And I would say act of love. The freedom is that love, and love is that freedom. I would like to change this word of freedom to love right now. And it makes even more sense for the heart. I'm so grateful to express the wisdom of the heart, the truth, the liberation, the freedom.
Wow. Maybe I need a moment of silence to just absorb that. All of this downloads. Thank you so much. Yeah, to speak a little bit about myself. Coming a long way from New York. Born and raised in the city, in the Big Apple. Everything I've ever known was there. My family is a very strict, brown, traditional family that you can only be a doctor, you can only be an engineer, you You can only be what society wants you to be. This is what I would hear growing up. And I would see something that is far different. In New York, everything is diverse. It's crazy. It's an animal. It's the jungle. And I was exposed to it at a young age. Mom wasn't really around, and my dad was not really a dad. That's okay. I think we all have some version, some past where we are someone's idea, someone's perception. Even ourselves, we think we're meant to be something. Sometimes we don't even know what we are, actually mostly. And for me, it was like that. Long time just staying in New York and very confused on what I am, who I am, because everyone else around me had an idea what profession to be, where to work, climbing the ladder, just work hard every day from 9 to 5, and then maybe you have some time on the weekend to get drunk and party until you're sick, and then you start again on Monday. And to just see that lifestyle and not be okay with it ever. It's never like satisfied. It's something you try and you experience, and maybe you think you're gonna work hard for the rest of your life, and then age 50 or 60 you have a chance to travel. Come to be here, where somehow we've all found ourselves to be now. Something has brought us here. Something has brought me here. Disbelief in the system. Disbelief in the people who want us to be something else than what we are. Coming here 1 year ago and being exposed to the energy, the vibrations, the people, the spirit, the connection to the spirit, the connection to my own spirit, finding myself, realizing I'm never going back. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna figure it out. And there is where I find the freedom. In the unknown. I find the freedom when I close my eyes and I take a step and I have no idea where I'm about to go, but it feels right. In the moment, I am alive. I don't know what's gonna happen next, or do I really care what happened before? But in this moment, I am free. Because nothing else matters. Just to be present, to feel alive, and to understand what your body is trying to say to you. Every time we need to go somewhere, be something, or do something, we are not listening to the body, but we have to listen. We close our eyes and we ask ourselves, what is good for me right now? What do I need to do right now? What do I want? What am I? But not to be confused, just listen. One time, you hear your thought, that is your highest self speaking, and you feel your energy. If it's here, you stay. If it's not, you move with it. And that's it. The world is working to help you. Everything is an alignment, it's a synchronicity. To be here for so long, to see this way it works, I am trusting more every day that I don't need to have it figured out. I just need to know what I'm doing at this moment and trust that the world will put the right step in place for me to land on. And I'm gifted for that side. For me, my journey, my goal is to unlock not only what's within me, what's my essence, but what is your essence. I want to see you in your purest state. Without the walls, without society's standards and acceptance of what you are, I just want to see in your essence. And live in that vibration. In your expression, through your dance, through your music, through your creativity, through your art, and through what you want to call work. As long as you decide it's not work. You're just living every day. That's it. And then somehow you exchange your energy to survive in this world. But don't think too hard. It's gonna work out. Feel yourself. Feel your essence, feel your energy. You know where to go. Don't need to worry about it tomorrow. Worry about it tomorrow if you want, but right here, be present. If you always are present in every moment that you live, you're never concerned. You're living without worry. And you don't need a lot of nice things to be alive. Just have what you have, and that's it. This is what I want to share with you all. Just a little view. Why I'm here, why I chosen to live in Mazunte, and why I'm not going back to my old life. I'm gonna figure out a way. And I hope you all figure out your way as well. So thank you.
Freedom. Hayatoistra. Permission to be exactly who I authentically am in every breath and every moment, in the knowing that that is my greatest contribution to the fabric and the weave that unites my heart with yours. In the deep knowing that when I live for the tiniest truth that I know myself to be, something magical begins to spin at the core of my being that unites with the core of your being and the core of this earth and the sky, and this integrity activates my highest potential, the reason why I have taken birth, and then resonates and scintillates with your highest potential, and the reason why you've taken birth. And we get to fulfill the greatest gift of being alive, which is know ourselves as infinite creators in Goddess's infinite costume closet. Freedom is we get to play in this singular, tiniest, subtle, unnameable, unfathomable truth infinitely, creating infinitely within it, in the knowing that we're here to use our life to enliven all, to be a gift and a contribution that gives life as we have been given life. My name is Inaiya. So much of my work on this planet has been a deep exploration of what I have known to be called the embodiment of our divine sovereignty, which is natural law. To be sovereign means we get to be one in the healthiest way imaginable, in a way where we feel safe to undress all of ourselves, to get to that tiniest spark and see how it wants to play in infinite ways, in the knowing we are creating and giving life as we take that freedom back. This freedom. Freedom, what a word. But could it mean today we optimalize our time together? It is so precious. It is so precious we are here. It is as rare as a turtle, tortuga, sticking his head up in the middle of an ocean, in the middle of a ring, says the Lama. Freedom is understanding how rare and precious it is to be in the presence of any other living life form, awake and aware, in the mutual consensus, knowing we get to create something that enlivens the whole. Freedom is never boring, God. Freedom is taking your seemingly opposite poisons and triggers and rufflings of all your feathers and creating something magnificently novel out of all this shit that blows your beloved's mind in awe and wonder and wow, look what you made out of your shit. That's freedom. Using everything life gives us. And I want to feel this because life is giving us a lot, yeah? Full spectrum. We are lucky to be experiencing this moment together. We have the freedom to make it mean anything. We have the freedom to be whatever is going to give life and bring life and create new life. Can you feel me? Are you in?
Yes.
Are you in?
Yes.
Are you in?
Yes.
Because freedom is about generosity. It's not about being stingy with your creativity and your gifts. It's about taking a risk and being willing to be a fool, being willing to look bad, being willing to shake and quiver in your boots because you know your gifts impact the entire fabric of this creation. It's being willing to be the fool for love, for life, for joy, for your authentic, natural, organic intelligence, which is we are one in many cells. What are you going to bring to this party? What are you going to get squirmingly vulnerable in the name of sharing and giving life? Because we are here because it's up to us which way this planet goes. And if all of us are risking that quivering vulnerability to give our gifts, we can turn this ship around in 5 minutes. Can you feel me on that?
Yeah.
Freedom is saying yes beyond all of our fears, insecurities, vulnerabilities, and fucking triggers, and choosing to unzip and open to door number 3. What is beyond polarity? What is beyond our addiction to be right and wrong and good and evil and ugly and pretty and better and worse? That's an addiction. And freedom is going for that novel combination that frees everything up to be more of who we really are. Doesn't that sound delicious? And a bit like yum. But we have to create that invitation with each other in every moment, because the truth is we're all little children. And that ground of safety to be who we are is the switch to unlock all our gifts. So freedom is being that haven where each and every life form feels safe enough to get naked, to be seen in the shadow and the light, and be unconditionally celebrated in that shadow and light. Will you be that friend? Will you be that friend that is so safe that it allows someone to feel so free? Free to be the masters, the students, the I don't know. I don't know. Right now in my life, I don't know. Sometimes I'm angry. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I long, and I give myself freedom to be all of it because I trust it's all a gift when I make it so. So, in closing, I want to thank you for choosing the road less traveled, because I know that's what you're up to, because that's why you're here. And it takes outrageous courage and bravery and tenacity and fierceness to choose a way that the status quo is not choosing. Now, in our sovereignty, let's practice what it is to be together and see what we can create for the one. Blessed be. Love you.
Wow. Can I just hand the mic back and let her do my spot? Because I just want to keep going. Thank you. It's beautiful. Hello. Beautiful people from all around the globe. My name is Nicolas Pendragon, and I absolutely love freedom. I love it so much that I just feel like I am freedom. Some years ago, I was on a long journey about finding my empowerment and personal freedom, and I felt very trapped when I was young. I grew up in America. I grew up in the US, the land of the free. Yeah, right? Ironic name. And I never felt that way growing up. And it struck me that I felt more fear than freedom. I felt there was this block of fear keeping me from feeling this beautiful, light expression of being alive. And in order for me to move past that, I had to find my courage. And it helped me to see it like that, to see fear on one end of a spectrum and courage on other side, like a polarity. And then fear did not become as much of an obstacle, because now it had a relationship with courage. It wasn't just this thing, this nebulous black, all-encompassing, petrifying force that would keep you from wanting to move into the space or be the person that you wanted to be. But rather it was in a dance with the opposite. The empowerment of moving through that is what fuels the sense of freedom. We actually, instead of fear being, in essence, this block, it is the fuel for our freedom. And this made me really happy because it just meant that it was accessible and available whenever I wanted. Freedom. And another word I also prefer to use is sovereignty, because it feels more like I was born with it and no one can give it to me. It's not something that a country or a group of people or an ideology or anything outside of yourself can give you or take it away. Sovereignty, you were born sovereign. You are sovereign. And you can always come back to that. As soon as I feel any hesitation, any fear, and this is like this moment, because this is my first time public speaking, and I know I have to do it because it makes me afraid, yeah? And it pushes you. It becomes the trigger for the motivation. I came to Mexico because I was afraid, because my whole family said, "You're gonna die out there. You're crazy." And so I said, "Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go." Yeah. So this is also how I look at life in all its forms, in anything we're resisting or anything we feel drawn towards or repelled against is simply this alchemy of our nature moving through us. And we can learn how to cultivate it as a force for good, you know, or bad, but you know, if you want to be sustainable, be good, because it goes on forever. Goodness just keeps going. Usually, like, yeah, the bad shit just ends up on a flaming wreck on the side of the road. Yeah, so I have a personal practice of cultivating this energy, and you can use the word creativity. I cultivate creativity through moving past resistance and then getting pushed forward and then building momentum from that. And it's like a cycle. Every time I'm a visionary painter and an illustrator and a tattoo artist and stonemason and massage therapist, all these things. I just keep jumping into new ways of expressing myself without fear, and it becomes very enjoyable right away, whether I'm doing it well, whether it's interpreted being done well or not. But it feels right in the moment and feels good and feels freeing to just be and to be that expression. And sometimes when I'm working on a piece, it will be more than a year working on a painting, and I'll sit down. Sometimes I won't work on it for a month, for 3 months, for 6 months. I have a block. I have this fear, and the painting is informing me that I have this resistance. I'm afraid of fucking this painting up or ruining all the time that I've invested in this, all this mind stuff. And as soon as I recognize this fear, I say, "Oh, I'm resisting. I have to step into that." That's a welcome. It's like an opening for me. And then you just start going, and then before you know it, you're painting, like 10 hours has gone by. Like that. And then you're obsessed. So you have no time for social life or kids or a job or any of those things. Yeah.
Did you paint that?
No. Yeah, I'm working on a painting over there.
You're painting Anubis.
Yeah, Anubis. Because this is Egyptian theme.
Here in the Celtic tradition, Anubis is Charlotte.
Charlotte.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
Mexican dog.
Yeah, with the ears, yeah. Does it also
England, place of death.
place of death? So, wow.
We are connected.
Yeah, everyone is connected. Freedom. Beautiful. With that, I think I'll hand over the mic. Thank you all.
I want to break free. And also, freedom, freedom. I try to remember all the songs now that come. And also, if you love somebody, set them free, by Sting. Another. For me, another song that reminds me this is emancipate yourself from mental slavery. No one but ourselves can free our minds. And that's the more important thing of that. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Roberto Kuikakoatl. Inistlin Yolot. Inistlin Yolot means in face and heart. That's how we say hello in this tradition. We always say hello with our heart. That's the purpose. But we are not going to be free until we know that we are prisoners of the biggest jail of all. And that prison is your mind. And actually it's not your or mine, it's not our mind. The mind is not ours. That's the instrument for controlling human spirit. That's why I told you before, we wearing this bandana to remember that we are not this, we are here, come back. Actually, we can tell this when, especially women, when they scared, they act like this. They protect their heart. No, never protect your face, because you know there is here the real freedom, libertad is here, inside of you, it's not outside. And actually, freedom is not a concept. You have to live it, express it. And it's funny because now, you just said it, the system has indoctrinated us like to think that, oh, United States is the country of freedom, even Europe. No, you can do anything else. Everything is banned. You have a permit to do whatever you want to do. You need a license to drive. You want to sell something in the street? No, you have to permit. You have to pay, and you can do anything. You have to ask for government. Can I do this? Can I do that? And I pay and that? No. Actually, Mexico is the most free country now in the planet. That's why you're here. Yeah, and I am not inventing. This is because we don't have any restriction of this COVID shit. You can come in and nothing is okay. We welcome. And that's because we have this energy that is returning. This energy belongs to the human species. It's a universal. Someone can call it the energy of the Christ energy, of Krishna energy. Here we call Quetzalcoatl, or in Peru they call it Huiracocha. Whatever you want to call it. It's a consciousness of freedom, but you have to liberate from this and go back this to your heart. And the purpose of that is we have our ancestors, they knew that, actually in Matrix movie, they told us, you are in a prison that you can smell, you can touch, because the system is going to keep you in captivity with your mind, with your programs. And you have to start with this question: who I really am. And when you answer, or maybe when somebody asks you, who are you? And you will automatically start to say, okay, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. No, this is what you do. You are not a lawyer, you are not a doctor. This is what you do, it's okay, but you are beyond that. What we are, that's the 1 million question. For me, we are living souls, experience this 3D material experience, that we don't belong here. We just experience, this is a video game. And that's the purpose of life. Enjoy it with consciousness here, and don't take it so seriously. Especially all the programming shit that we have been indoctrinated from the system, from the media, from Hollywood, from school, from your family patterns. We are following. So if you answer, I am from 100%, if you say, I am 5% of my personality, okay, we're gonna accept that, but the 95% percent, the other is just a construction by programs, paradigms, habits, customs. Depends where you were born, you're going to be indoctrinated. Here in the West civilization, we are Christians. But if we were born in Japan, we were Buddhist. And depends you were born, you're going to eat something. In Mexico, with tacos. United States, hamburgers. Depends where you were born, you're going to adapt something. And also depends your family, you're going to adapt those patterns. But you're just copying and following. That's not freedom. That's copy-paste. And we are clones of the system. The system is going to tell you, you have to do this, that, and when you... For me, the worst question that we can make to the children is, what are you going to be when you grow up? Come on, slow down. Let them live. Just be. We don't have to be nobody. Success doesn't exist. That's a concept from Matrix to achieve. Oh, success is money, women, men, jewels, cars, mansions, MTV shit, not like that. No, that's the real freedom is get rid of the materialism thing. Of course, we are part of the matter experience, and we need something to cover the necessities. But don't go to the extreme, to the materialism. No, just take the necessary that you need in this moment. And also, for me, to be free is living here in the present. That's why in English it's beautiful, because when I give you something, I give you a present. It's a gift. The present is a gift. I don't give, take it forever and pass it. So that's the purpose. Live here and now. Don't be projecting yourself. Of course, it's part of the journey, living in past and times to remember, and also projecting projects from the future. But don't forget that it's here and now. Here and now, here and now. And every day is going to be here and now. And for that, our ancestors, they created this system that I told you before, called Toltecayo. Toltecayo means the art of good living. Because the Toltecs turned their lives into art. They were artists of life. Art means expression. Express yourself, not copying, not repeating things that you never questioned before. Start to be yourself. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Yeah, so and they create this beautiful system that they call the Flourish War, La Guerra Florida, because the greatest battle that you're going to fight here in this plane is against you. It's against your mind, your parasites, physical, and your attachments, fears, your patterns, habits. That's the greatest battle that you have to fight. So they organize in 4 stages. The first stage is the path of water. And this water is going to teach you that every battle is inside, not outside. If you're fighting outside, you're wasting energy. And we're creating chaos. So that's the purpose here. You have to realize that you have to fight against those programs that you have been indoctrinated, and get rid of everything that is not improving your life. It's time to lose, release. Okay, that's real freedom. And fight inside. This is the path of water. The second path is the path of the merchant, el mercader. But I'm not talking about money. Money is another deception. It's just paper. I'm talking about that you have to make your agreements, first for yourself, and then to interact with others outside. How to now the second is outside, but I'm going to interact with others with honor and respect, and respecting my word, because my word is going to be full of coherence. And when I do the things that I say, people are going to have credibility. So that's the path of the merchant. Learn to interact with others with honor, respect, and love. The third one is the path of the monk, el monje. This path is going to teach you that everything is inside again. Don't look outside the things you have inside. So this is the era that the time of gurus, shamans, priests, whatever you want to call them, is over. Don't follow anybody. Follow yourself. Follow your heart. Don't create worship. Never. Because that's extraction system of energy. So actually the word religion comes from Latin, religare. Religare means reunite. But unite with your heart. Actually, a spirit in all Aramaic means connection. Spirit means connection. So connection with your heart, your essence, and with the environment. We are all one in different expressions. So why you are going to pray to invisible man? Where is it? No, it's inside of you. And actually the Toltec says, outside you are the walker. Inside you are the path. And also that's another, yoga means the same, religare. When we say yoga, is reunite. So that's the path of the monk. Don't look outside the things you have inside. And always ask everything to yourself. Be responsible. And the fourth is the path of wizard, the wizard, el mago. In this, wizard is going to teach you that you have to be responsible to co-create your reality. The time to be victims is over. Take the responsibility of your life and now start to co-create this holographic realm. This is a matrix, it's true. This is the Matrix was a documentary. It's not a fiction. But you have to see in another perspective. So don't become in this battery food for others. No, save your energy. In the Toltec tradition, that we call Nahualismo, Nahual. Nahual is a Toltec that cultivate its own energy and called, first of all, his health, and then start to flow. And when you walk through these four energies, your life starts to change. Because this is a path of practicing, experience. So I told you, freedom is for practicing, not just for saying. It's something that you live. And I propose, because also we have to propose, not just saying the thing from the past. It's so beautiful, but this new generation, for me, is very clear now. And I found it in 3 steps. The first one is go back to your original state of health. Recover your health. Every revolution begins with health. We have to be healthy. Stop to eat junk food and eat living food. Drink living water. Breathe with freedom, with libertad. No? That's why they force you to wear a mask, because that's a message to your subconscious mind to shut fuck up. Shut up and obey. No. I have to breathe, because we are living, because we are breathing, not because we're eating. If you don't believe me, plug your nose and tell me how much long can you last without breathe. Breathe is everything. This is the life. This is freedom. So reclaim your rights, your natural rights. So the first revolution is keep yourself healthy, please. Stop damage your temple. This is the temple of your soul. The Toltecs and all the traditions around the planet, they are still being naturists. We practice naturists. Actually, in India, all of them are vegetarians. For some reason, it's not just for the animals. No, it's of course that, but it's beyond that. It's for your health. Because remember this, If your body is clean, your mind is gonna be clean, because this control this. So this is the first revolution. The second for me is recover your sovereignty, reclaim your natural rights. I'm not going to expose more of this because this is very long, but just I'm going to give you a tip, because this is the next step of real freedom, because we are governed by the rules of the sea, and the system have created a double personality, the capital letters. You are not the guy from the passport or from the license. No, this is a fiction. But you recognize, I am this. And when you say that, you are giving permission to the government to control you. Yeah, this is true. I'm not inventing something. We are governed by the law of the sea. No, we have to recover the laws of the earth, the natural laws. We don't need passports. We don't need light. We don't need permits or nothing. But we have to reclaim that. And I invite you, when you have children, don't take them to the government to register, because this certificate, you are giving permission to steal your soul, and this this is the certification, goes directly to the Vatican, and they own you. And this certificate goes to the stock market. And the stock market, actually, all of us, we are millionaires. Yeah. But we don't know, we have to reclaim this. But money, we don't care for money. We have to live without, because it's part of the system. But if we want to reclaim that, you can reclaim. But that's another good point to realize, no? Because this is, I told you, knowledge is power. And now, I think, Italy, they are practicing this sovereignty for full. Now it's the first country that they are doing very well. Maybe Slovenia. So this is spreading. You have to spread the word. Argentina is also practicing, because now this is, I want to close with this. This is called OPTT, is the public people trust. One people trust. Now the humanity is free, if we don't know it. Yeah. But we have to reclaim.
Since 2012.
Yeah, in 2012 we are free.
26th of December.
Yeah. Pero don't commit the mistake that you, because if you go to the court and the judge is going to tell you, you are Juan Lopez? No, I'm just Juan. No, you are Juan Lopez. No, because the surname is the trap. Because realize this, what is the name of the Queen of England? What is her name?
Just Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, but we don't know the surname, because they don't have surnames. They don't have passports. That's why they call, in Spanish we say realeza, because they are real people. We are not real people because we are taking the personality. Actually, the word persona comes from the Latin and means mask. Yes. I know that mask. I know that character. I'm a human being, a soul. Otherwise, you're going to be a slave forever. So that's the point. And the third one is permaculture. We have to practice this, but not just festivals, it's okay, but we have to start act for real. If you have lands, okay, share it. Yes. Because the lands owns to everywhere, everyone.
We are here to build it.
Yeah.
We are here to build it now.
Yeah, sure, and share it, and start to create communities, and start to produce our own food, bioconstruction, no? So go back to nature. That's the real actions that is going to set you free. Not just say, okay, free is okay, but we have to act. And now we have the knowledge. Knowledge is power. And follow your heart, and that's the answer. Okay? So, thank you very much. Gracias. Tlazocamati. I want to break free.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. It was a lot of information, so many downloads. Always appreciate when you share.
You too.
Yeah, thank you everyone for such a beautiful.
Are powerful.
Yes, powerful. This journey has been super just blessed blessed and thankful for hearing your perspectives, all of your information, just like your backgrounds and how it took for you to get here. And you know, it's fantastic, it's amazing. I think we're stirring up a lot of emotion and feeling in our hearts on what is freedom, and maybe we want to kind of ask a few questions, and we're gonna have a moment to do that, because soon we're gonna dance and you're gonna turn it up real high. But right before we get there, just want to come back to the crowd, the people, and we want to hear what is something you would like to be free of. If you can say one word, maybe shout from the crowd. Your heart is open now. I don't know where everyone is in their mind and spirit, but what we have? Separation? Alright, we have separation. That's a good one. What else are you free of? What do we want to be free of something at the moment? Because if it's not for you, it's for us. We're reflections at this moment, save for someone else who can't speak it. Past memories. Okay, yes, that's good. Let's be free of that old stuff. We don't need it in the present moment. We just embody it. Perfect. Anyone else? Hesitation. Also, we don't need that. Make a mistake. Let's go forward and just see where it goes. Self-judgment. We don't need self-judgment. We need self-love. That's amazing. No self-judgment. Control. We don't need control either. Like, honestly. Let's close our eyes and see where we go and see what happens next. What else do we have?
Indigestion.
Indigestion. Yeah. Also, that's tough. Yeah, let's get rid of our stomach problems.
Blind spots.
And resistance. Also true. Resistance is a bad one. We are against ourselves. And war. Okay. Yeah, that's a serious one at the moment as well. But let's be free of war. And violence, did I hear that as well? We don't need violence. Yeah, we don't need violence. All of this is so powerful, because after Rapé and after Cacao and after talking about freedom, we're now in a state of download. Everything that we say is becoming a part of us, and what we need to be free of. Let's continue. Let's say some more. If you have something else. Fear. Fear is a good one. Illusion. Great. That's self-limitation. Fuck self-limitation. You can do anything. And ego. Also, ego. We need a relationship with ego. We work together. Yeah, but we don't need it to lead our decision. But yes, ego. Let's bring it down a bit. Releasing trauma. Yeah, also, embodiment of trauma.
Find your blind spots and bring light into it.
Oh yeah.
Just that's freedom
That's
from inside.
That's true. So find your blind spots and bring light. Beautiful. Yeah, anyone want to at the moment shake it out as we feel it? So let's just shake your. There's a lot going on. Let's just. Yeah, we're sitting this whole time. Okay, good, perfect. I need last few things to let go. Scarcity. We don't need scarcity. Sorry, what was that? Attachment. Judgment. Yeah. I don't. No judgment, and no one here is judging each other. This is a place of safeness. Just so you know. Confusion. We don't need. What else? Longing. And longing. Also, do we need longing? We don't. We need longing. Hold on. There's a confusion. Little longing. Healthy dose. Let's just say that. Yeah. Longing and attachment. Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes. Also, let's open the platform now to some questions for us, and she will begin. We are also reflections in this moment. We're your mirrors. There's a chance for you to ask a question, maybe to yourself, that we're just going to give a perspective on. But yes, let's go ahead. What's your question?
What do we do with the sentence, "My freedom stops at the freedom of the others"?
My freedom stops at the freedom of the others.
Talking about conscious freedom, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
tough one, I'm sorry.
That's a good one. Annayia, do you have a comment on this this question? Conscious freedom. Yeah.
I just had a really big shift in knowing who I am. For so many lifetimes I've been holding the portal open for people to pass through into liberation, into higher consciousness, into awakening, into their highest potential. And on 2/22, during a ceremony, I realized how old paradigm that job actually became. I realized my freedom and highest potential was not to hold the door open anymore until others could go through. Even though that's a very compassionate job. It was fun. I got to hang out and have a margarita and, you know. But, and people are cool, man, you know. Hello, you're passing through, I'll help you through. But at some point, and I think we're entering into this time, we must be willing to embody, sustain the most authentic frequency that is true to our own sovereign being, and trust and allow that that is the beacon of light to inspire others to choose that for themselves. So it's truly, as we steward our own sovereign, authentic way, we can trust that's exactly what's gonna light the way for others. And everybody gets to create and choose and script their own reality based on what's true for them. So our gig is to steward our own lives in the knowing that that's a possibility and a potential that can inspire anyone and everyone that happens to brush wings with us along the way. That is my feeling, but it took me long time to walk through the door and stand there, even if it means standing alone, but free in the knowing this is more than enough. Aho.
Nicolas has also a comment.
So the question was, what do you do when your freedom encounters someone else's freedom, more or less? Yeah. I would say that it's effortless. I don't think it's a fight for who gets to have the freedom. Freedom is the resting place. It's the place that we all exist in together. And it comes without effort, you know. Freedom is expansion, complete expansion. You can move in any direction. You can do anything. No hesitation or laws or rules or structure. Freedom is just your ability to be. You are freedom. Your being is freedom. And if you encounter another being, they're also freedom. Then you're freedom together. And then you begin to dance. And sometimes we confuse this, the freedom being a materialistic thing, like we only have so much and so much to go around, and not everybody gets some. Yeah? This is the paradigm that we're coming out of, the 3D materialist structured matrix, whatever you want to call it. But we meet each other in that freedom with compassion. You know? It's a collaboration, not a competition. We're collaborating right now, all of us here together, all of with our own unique backgrounds and thoughts and feelings and emotions and families and other places. And we're collaborating. We're making reality right now. Yeah, I have the microphone right now, but maybe you'll have it next, or we all take turns in this community, And that's the paradigm I want to live in, and that's the paradigm that I want to cultivate, not only for myself, but for the other, for all of us, because we deserve it. We're all the same thing. You know, we're one people, and we're on this planet together. So let's make it inspiring. Let's collaborate. Let's inform each other. Let's inspire each other. Yeah? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I have just a comment on just both of what you said, and I feel connected to when it comes to partnerships and relationships, and when we are, our sense of freedom is there is no limitation. We are existing in this world, and we are in a path, and sometimes we cross a path that are in alignment with our path, and then we push each other. We don't limit each other. We don't lean on each other. We don't depend on each other. We are standing on our own 2 feet, and sometimes we have support, and that's it. If anything, freedom is first, compassion and support is second. So always find your way, and when you're in a relationship with someone that maybe doesn't see that, wants to limit your freedom, show your compassion and move on. Keep that freedom, keep your independence, sovereignty. Thank you. So we have time for 1 or 2 questions. Anything from the crowd want to ask? Just to hear a mirror reflection, something you're going through, maybe you're not going through, maybe your friend is going through, and curious, and you're interested to hear what we have to say. Yeah, actually, let's go for that. Let's switch it to...
Actually, I have a question for you. What can you do to create freedom in your life? Like, what can you do now, right now? How can you become free if you're not feeling free? And yeah, what's the project? What's the idea? What's the vision you can take with you? What's the inspiration to make an impact, to make a difference for yourself? Because you are the world, you are the illusion as well. Nothing is real. And then once we understand that nothing is real, it becomes funny. It's so funny. Like, even that we're so serious, that's so funny. Good reminder. So yeah, let's enjoy, let's have fun, and trust. Let's trust each other, ourselves. Most of us, I think we've been not taught to trust, to love, to let go, to be free. So we have to learn it ourselves. And it was so inspiring to listen to Roberto, and everything he said was perfect, on point. But I could, what I thought of, or I'm learning so much right now as sitting here in this panel. And yeah, that's the world I want to live in. And so I create the world I want to live in myself. I'm not waiting for anything. The time is now. And we have forever, by the way. Yeah, see you. Maybe, I don't know. Can we get out of the illusion? Can we step out of this simulation? And what's there? What is there? What is waiting there for us? Death? Is it like death? Like freedom? Freedom is like death. It's like nothing. What is it? Once we open the door, everything. Peace. Where do we go when we sleep? Where do we go when we die? That's what I would like to know. What am I? All right. Should we close the circle? Yeah. I'll give you back the mic.
A final word from me would be, we're blessed that we're free to dance, to celebrate, to get together, to feel each other, to feel Mother Earth, to feel sky. And the verse dissolves to movement, to art, to creativity, to expression. And these are all the features of freedom. Comes within, and let's enjoy that. Presence, movement, stillness, love. Yeah, let's dance, I would say. Yeah. Are you ready for dance? Yes! Yeah? Can you shake all what we are not free for? Yes! Can you break all this chain by dancing? Let's dance so wild that nothing can stop us. Yeah, woo! Okay.
Turn this sound up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Piña. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Cristian, Annayia, Nicolas, and Roberto. Myself, Kria. Let's just dance. We take a bow, I guess. But thank you. And yeah, let's break these walls. Let's go ahead and let's live. Gracias.
Gracias.